the call, Alabama A&M head football coach Anthony Jones. Again, Alabama A&M fell this past weekend to Prairie View by 2 points, 28-26. And this week they will host Texas Southern. Good morning, Coach Jones. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Coach, if you will, just talk about this past weekend's game with Prairie View, and you can also preview Texas Southern.
Well, as you mentioned, we came up a little short, 2 points. Coach Jordan had his guys ready to play, although we came out in the first half. Kind of dominated the first half on the scoreboard and yardage. I mean, I think this is 12-0 going into the halftime, and he does a great job there and came back and second half took the opening drive for a touchdown, and we had a real poor kickoff, and they had a short field to work with, and they did a great job of doing that. And then they went on to take their next two drives, their first three drives of the second half, and got touchdowns out of it. And we just couldn't get them off the field to have an explosive offense. And then we went on and answered. And then they came back and answered. And then we went on and answered again. But those two extra points that we missed in the beginning proved to be the difference. We had some other opportunities to try to make up for those. We were unable to. The kid made a great play on the ball. We were pressing late in the game, trying to get some big plays. We pressed just a little too much, and they were able to make a big play on the ball and kind of run down the clock. And it was all over and said and done. They came away with a 2-point victory. It's a great college football game. Very exciting for both teams. It's the kind of game that you love to be a part of and love to win, but of course hate to lose. So it is what it is. Now we got to get ready for the next one. Texas Southern's coming in here. They had a Thursday night game, so they got plenty of rest, plenty of time to work on us. We got to get ready for them. A lot of talent. They're still trying to find their way as far as winning is concerned, but very, very competitive, very well coached football team. And they'll come in here and they'll be a very, very tough opponent for us, but we got to find a way to kind of bounce back and let this go and put forth our best effort, again, against a very talented, well-coached football team, that being Texas Southern, who's going to be well-rested and, and for another good football game.
All right, thanks, Coach. The floor is now open to talk things over with Alabama A&M head football coach Anthony Jones.
Coach, what adjustments did they make offensively coming out into that second half that presented a problem for your defense?
I think they may have turned up their intensity a little bit. We were still there. We had ourselves in position to make plays defensively. We just didn't. And I think it was a third down situation. We had an opportunity to get a sack, and we didn't. Their kid made a great play to get away from us, and they kept that drive alive. We could have got them off the field then. That would have stalled that momentum that they had. But, when you come out and score 3 straight touchdowns, that's going to fire you up, fire your team up, fire your crowd up. And that's tough. That's tough to overcome when you go on the road playing a team because it gets everyone involved, and all you have is, yourself. So that was tough. I thought they just turned their intensity up a little more. They were doing the same thing, but they just turned their intensity up a little more.
Facing a team like Texas Southern this week, who has not tacked on a win as of yet. What are some of your major concerns looking at film and just knowing the last couple years about this team?
Well, we can't I'm not concerned about the last couple of years, and I'm concerned about this year. They haven't won a game. We've won only one, so we can't put ourselves on no pedestal or anything like that. They always are tough, physical. The defense is tough, very physical. Have a lot of great athletes there that can make plays all over the field. They'll be well coached. They'll be intense, and you can never count a team out. I've watched them that last couple of ball games, and they were in it. They made some mistakes, kind of like what we're doing. That proved to be the difference in the ball game. That proved to be the momentum breakers or creators for the opponent. And so, they're well rested. So it's going to be a tough football game.
Still taking questions for Alabama A&M head football coach Anthony Jones.
Coach Jones, Aurelia, Washington. Mason Lee, this is his first time starting at quarterback on Saturday. Kind of talk about how was he as a player for that Saturday's game. He was 15 for 28 for 224 yards and 2 touchdown passes.
And at the end, he threw, unfortunately, 2 picks. He was playing a great football game until at the end of the game we had to start pressing, and he pressed a little more. Ended up throwing the picks late in the game, but I thought the start of the ball game, thought he did a real good job of managing the ball game, taking what the defense was allowing them to have, and and the results were apparent. I mean, we were moving the ball, getting some ups, getting some scoring opportunities. He had some great patience on some plays, followed his progression, and was able to make some big plays for us, and that was a good thing. And just unfortunately, kind of in the end, he was pressing to try to put ourselves in field goal range to try to, solidify the win, but pressed and made a bad decision on that throw, and but he's learning, and he's a young guy. This is his first start as a collegiate quarterback, and the kid is learning. And as with a lot of our young people, and hopefully they'll continue to learn and get better.
And how was he emotionally, or did you have a chance to talk to him, looking at those drives where he threw those 2 picks? Did you have a chance to talk to him, and how was he following the game?
He was fine. I mean, he understood. The kid wants to win. He's very competitive. One of the things I really like about him, he's very competitive. But, as soon as he threw the first pick, he knew the mistake he had made. Before I could even say anything to him, he was already correcting himself. So, and that's a good sign. And and he was, like I said, he's very competitive. Wants, to put the team in the best situation where they can be successful, and he did that for the most part. Any other day, you get score 4 touchdowns and 500 yards of offense. Any other day, that would be enough to get you a victory. This day it wasn't. We knew their offense was explosive. We just came up a little short.
Coach, any time this week, or is there any emphasis on your running game, looking back at your last 5 years with Ulysses Banks and Kadarius Lacey, and just uncharacteristic of you not to have a big back, or a back that can give you 100 yards a game? Has that been addressed offensively?
Well, we had 2 backs this past week that had over 100 yards. We thought we addressed that last week. We went from a -3 yards to 277 yards on the ground. So, to me, that's a big improvement. We'll continue to work. We'll continue to try to get better in all phases. And but we have it's not an easy task this week. But we'll work hard to do our best.